are back at the New York City Food Festival with Sarah. Sarah, how are you today?
Great. How are you?
Good to see you. Doing great. So tell me, what's the difference between this festival this year and last year?
This festival we've expanded into 2 days. Last year was just one. We've got a much bigger venue. We've got 3 whole stages of entertainment. One stage is all cooking demos. One stage is mostly lectures. The 3rd stage we call the fun stage. It's a lot of different musical acts and belly dancing, yoga, all kinds of things. We also have over 90 exhibitors this year.
And I heard that you have a after VIP performance or VIP event. What is that about?
So tonight, after the festival is over at 5, 1 hour later, we've got a special event. We're screening the movie Vegucated. It's a documentary. And after that, we're going to have a speech by Jenny Brown, the founder of Woodstock Farm Animal Sanctuary, followed by a musical performance by Dynasty Electric, which is an awesome new musical group. And they happen to be vegan.
We just finished watching these guys playing awesome. What's the name of the band?
Sheriff Arif and the Wali Sangha.
The Wali Sangha, and what is that about?
Those were these saints that in ancient Indonesian history brought culture to Indonesia through ways of customs and just art and culture, kind of like, you know, through art and peacefully, essentially. They brought culture peacefully, and I just adopted that.
Nutrition, it's pretty bad. I mean, the standard American diet is leading to the standard American deaths, which heart disease #1, cancer, now actually COPD is #3, stroke. All of these actually are tied to diet and what we put in our mouths.
So what would be your best first step recommendation for the people to start having awareness, to waking up?
Well, I mean, it's really about educating yourself. You know, where are we going to learn it? Even doctors don't know. They don't learn it in medical school, right? So you have to educate yourself. And thankfully, there's some good resources out there. I mean, one of the reasons I do my work, I mean, all my work is free online, nutritionfacts.org. So I encourage people to check it out. All my work is free, you know, all evidence-based. You can read the scientific articles themselves. I have links to all of them. So that's one place to go. You know, there's good resources out there. At the public library, you can get, you know, books, you know, what there used to be. You know, you imagine how many, there's not only just shelves of cookbooks, but literally shelves of even vegetarian cookbooks these days. You'd be surprised. Go to your local library, find some foods that you enjoy, and, you know, and kind of just push out the bad foods by adding foods that are healthy and that are tasty.
So now you as a doctor, you decided to give out free information to make people more healthy every day. Why make you take that decision?
Well, because, I mean, I went from hospital bed to hospital bed, and what are people dying of? They're dying of preventable diseases, right? You know, just like we can lower our risk of lung cancer by not smoking, right? We can lower our risk of other cancers by eating healthier, lower our risk of heart disease, our #1 killer. In fact, we can reverse heart disease completely through diet, basically eliminate our #1 cause of death. I mean, so it wasn't enough one-on-one. Well, you know, how many people could I see in a day, right? And yes, I could affect entire families, but I mean, this information was too important to restrict to one doctor's practice. So I had to get it out there. So I started doing DVDs, but I mean, if you want to reach people, it's the internet. So that's really what started it.
How do you see the government or the medicine in this country or all over the world stepping out on that subject? Are they kind of restrict? They want to push more the pharmaceutical?
Well, I mean, the 2010 dietary guidelines here in the United States are actually a step up. I mean, they're better than they were 5 years ago. So I think there's gradual change. I think what really helped, you know, CNN did this documentary, The Last Heart Attack, talked about President Clinton's changing the diet. I mean, that was really, I think, useful. Of course, they kind of spun it as there's new research showing plant-based diets can reverse heart disease. We've known this for decades, right? I mean, it's just finally getting out. So it's percolating out. And so I'm actually really quite hopeful. Unfortunately, we got to kind of drag the medical industry along with us. For example, there was a Senate bill in California, a bill to mandate that doctors get 7 hours of nutrition training anytime in the next 4 years. 7 hours in 4 years, right? Who came out against it? The California Medical Association. Even the Association of Family Physicians came out against it. Of course, the surgeons were against. All the mainstream medical associations came out against mandating 7 hours of nutrition over 4 years. Right? That just crystallizes how far behind in the dark ages, our medical science is in terms of educating people about good eating.
According to you, what's the #1 disease that is threatening America right now, that is killing America right now?
Heart disease, absolutely. #1 killer beyond anything, heart disease. It costs us $500 billion a year, hundreds of thousands of people are dying, and it doesn't have to happen. It's a foodborne illness. If we eat the right foods, we won't get heart disease.
We are here at the food festival tasting delicious dishes, and we are with Love in a Hut representative. How are you today?
Good, great. It's very busy here. We're happy.
What's Love in a Hut bringing today to the festival?
Well, we did have Protein Heroes, and we also did have mushroom paninis, but they were all sold out. Right now we have right here on the table the creamy spinach mac and cheese. We're also selling our special eggplant quesadilla and mac and cheese with mushrooms. It's a good seller.
That's awesome. Where is Love in a Hut located in New York?
It's at 348 7th Avenue between 29th and 30th Streets in Midtown Manhattan.
And that's the only Love in a Hut in New York?
At the moment, yes. We're hoping to, open some more in the future.
So what's happening tonight?
Tonight is the 3rd anniversary of my boutique here in the Lower East Side on the Bowery. And it's been a lot of fun. We've been joined by some celebrity friends and some regular friends and some new friends. So I'm very excited.
Great. So it's been 3 years in this boutique. How is it experiencing?
It's been a challenge. We opened up in the middle of the worst recession in 70 years, and you get scared. But then, I kept thinking, well, just keep doing whatever it is you do, and I kept doing whatever it is I do. And it's been a very successful run for us. I'm very excited. I'm thrilled. It's been electric. It's definitely influenced the way I look at clothing and the way I look at women and the way I look at men, and it made my collection younger. And it's been very exciting.
And what's on the agenda for Loris Diran?
Well, we might be doing a line in Japan, a secondary line, just for Asia, which is very exciting. And we're getting ready to do a late show. I didn't show during Fashion Week because, frankly, I'm not going to make excuses. Our fabrics came in very late. So,
yeah, that was my next question. You already
no.
I miss you there.
Yes. But this might be even more fun because there's no one else showing when I show. So I'll be the only person having a show during that period, so no one has an excuse not to go, including you.
Okay.
3 years ago, I was trying to figure out what the brand meant to me and what the brand was, and it started an evolution that took 3 more years to bring it to where it is today, and it's a wonderful feeling. Now I understand what the brand is. And it just, I pretty much had it right 3 years ago. Now I've refined it. And now it's what it is.
New Year's resolution is to make sure that things go smoothly in 2012 and in the Year of the Dragon. The Year of the Dragon is one that symbolizes overcoming great challenges, and it's a perfect year because we've got lots of challenges going on in the community, but at the end of the day, I know that we're going to, with the luck of the dragon, we're going to overcome everything, and prosperity and responsibility and power will come to the community.
What's your job this year? What's your commitment with the Chinese community in Manhattan?
Well, the Chinese community in Manhattan, all throughout New York City, continues to grow bigger and is part of the landscape politically, economically, socially, academically, you name it. The Chinese Americans are here, and in fact, it's great. In fact, you have a parade that is a huge celebration so many thousands of Chinese Americans out here, but people, New Yorkers of all different backgrounds, celebrating the Lunar New Year.
Happy New Year!
I'll tell you, for me, it's always spend more time with my family, especially because my daughter's about to go off to college. That's the number one thing. I think all of us need to spend more time with our family. But I just want to say it's a beautiful parade. There's incredible energy out here. And I want to wish everyone a happy Lunar New Year. And I hope everyone is prosperous in the new year.
This community, the great Chinatown community, is the future of New York and the future of Manhattan. And I want to pledge to all of you, as head of the Immigration Subcommittee, who believes in immigration, we want to have more people from China and around the world come to New York and make it great. Giants, go! Go Giants! Win the Super Bowl!
Nice to see you again. Welcome out to the Year of the Dragon, and it's great to be back. Well, for the Chinese community, I think we are working ever more closely with the Chinese community, and we're going to make Lower Manhattan safer, provide more services to the community, so I think it's going to be a good, prosperous, and healthy year.
Great, thank you very much. You're here with who?
This is my wife, Peggy.
Nice.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
We want more Chinese in New York because it's good for New York.
Doing very good. This is a great day for our community here in the city of New York.
What's your New Year resolution for 2012?
Well, I got to tell you right now, I want to make sure that we have a prosperous new year, that our state and our country gets back on track, and that we are the leading nation in the world in its recovery. And I think we'll put a lot of people to work this year. Jobs, jobs, jobs is my New Year's resolution for the people of the city and state of New York.
For many years now, we start on Mott Street, continue to East Broadway in this parade through Chinatown, New York, Chinatown, USA. And today is extra special. You cannot see where the people end in all four directions on Mott and on Hester. We have such a great crowd here. We have incredible elected officials who we're going to hear from. But this is about the pride of the community. And as we ring in the Year of the Dragon being the symbol of respect, authority, responsibility, we know that there are challenges in the community that will be overcome. I'm saying Ryan now. And no more or no better than the Year of the Dragon to do so. So, Happy New Year, New York. Happy New Year, America. Welcome to Chinatown. And may all the great things happen in the Year of the Dragon. Go ahead, Fat Choi. Something pile up. Don't you?
Vivir feliz y hacer feliz al mundo. Happy New Year.
¿Y con quién estás?
Con la hija, Lady Gaga Grandora. Aló.
¿Estás representando el dragón colombiano?
El dragón colombiano.
¿Qué mensaje le vas a mandar a Uribe?
Ay, que devuelva todo lo que se robó. A todos los falsos positivos, a los desmovilizados, a su mozo, al ministro. Los hijos del culiando en Panamá con los lules.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm glad this was an amazing night. You know, people came out. It's just, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. That's the kind of night it was tonight. We're here celebrating DTV. DTV is going to be this $2 billion company, so I feel like dancing. I'm happy. I'm very happy. But it's not about the money. It's about the work. It's about the work. You wake up in the morning, you can't sleep. I get 2 hours of sleep, and I'm energetic. You know, and that's what I hope I've answered your question. I don't even know what the question is. I'm just happy.
That's great. That's great. As long as you're happy, that's wonderful. So what we saw tonight, what happened tonight?
Well, what's happening tonight is obviously the most important thing is giving back to kids. Yeah, you could make money. You can't die with money. You know, you can't feel money. You know, that's the thing. You could feel it, but you can't really feel it right here. So, yes, we're making money, we're doing it, but we're also giving back to the kids. That's the most important thing.
How did you come out with that idea?
Wow, real quickly. I grew up in the hood. I came to Manhattan. I'm seeing the marble floors. I'm seeing all these different people with suits. I'm like, wow, I want to do that for myself. Just better myself, because you know, like in the hood, kids are incarcerated in a sense because they don't leave their block. Just, you know what I'm saying? You are free, but you're incarcerated. That's not good. So I'm trying to expose kids to different things. You know, so that's what I'm doing. I mean, that's what Project Youth Exposure is all about, and I'm just excited.
My grandfather. Well, I've had a number of aunts and uncles that have passed away. So by the time I was 14 years old, most of my immediate family pretty much was wiped out dead, either through some sort of illness or a tragic accident.
When I first met this young lady, I was like, wow, this is this uptown, uppity girl.
Tonight is a very special night, and we found a very special person tonight. How are you tonight, Justin?
I'm good. How are you?
So tell me, what brought you tonight?
Well, I just, I heard about, the children and the underprivileged children, and it's something that I've always made a point about myself growing up as an underprivileged child, and so I almost felt like an obligation to be here because I've had such a successful run in the most recent years that weren't always that successful when I was young, and so I thought, it just had to be something done, inspiration for the kids. That's what it's all about,
Yeah, people out there, maybe they don't believe that it could be changed, that people can be successful, that there is a hope out there. You lived that personally in your life when you were a little kid. Mm-hmm. So what would you say to those kids out there, to those people out there? There is hope?
There's so much hope, and don't rely on what everybody else tells you. I mean, I think at 9 years old, I was told, you think a little black boy from the projects are going to be on television or actually make it anywhere in the industry, and now I'm a living testimony. I'm on HBO today, and I can kind of relish in the fact that what others believed for me personally, it's just not so. And so it just goes to say that whatever you personally believe for yourself, whatever the goals that you set for yourself, and the things that you want to accomplish, you actually can if you just stick to them. Stick to your guns 100%. I push to the point of tears, push to the point of blood, get it done any way possible, any way in the positive aspect that's possible, of course.
So in your personal case, what do you think what was the trigger to put you out there and to motivate you?
Personally, for me, it may have been my grandmother, but then also just this passion for acting and theater. There's a thrill and literally an adrenaline rush that I would get when I was young, and I thought it was something sensational. It was something that I had never felt before, and I loved what it was and wanted to fully explore it and continue in it. And so between my grandmother and just this sensation, it gave me the drive to really go for, take this whole career as far as I possibly could.
Alrighty, tonight we have a personality here. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. So thank you very much for coming to this event. What came out, why you came to this event?
Well, every time somebody invites me to something that's positive and that, can help children and help the youth, just the youth. Sometimes it's help anybody. It's always about giving back.
Welcome to the Aladino Show. Tonight we are here, a new director's new film in MoMA. And we're going to talk with the producers, the actors, the directors about the movies that are presenting this week on March 21st to April 1st. And you're watching on Aladino Show. Could you please tell me a little bit about the movie?
The movie is it's kind of a Zen koan wrapped in a love story.
Was a place with pigeons. So it was we had these little animals above us, and it was a bit smelly, but we made it somehow, and I think at the end it was good, really.
I just saw a rap, that's how we say, it's when the police take the illegal street vendors. And so suddenly the idea come out and many things I was thinking come together and I did the film.
I kind of was curious the whole time because I wasn't fully aware of what the project really was in its entirety.
The movie is a rumination on a relationship I had with Namik, and it's about consecrating something that didn't work out and kind of showing how beautiful it was, but also why it didn't work out. And it does that using live action, using documentary, using animation. So it kind of tries to replicate the experience of being in love with her.
It's kind of a cross-cultural meeting between a young French woman and a Japanese photographer.
As a New Yorker, I feel like we're showing it to a hometown crowd. The movie's got a lot of heart, and I think a lot of local folks will want to come see it.
It's a love story. It's a story about fatherhood. It's a small movie, and the story is a truck driver, a hard truck driver, must transport a woman from Paraguay to Argentina, and this woman traveled with her little baby girl, 5-month-old baby girl. And the film tells the story about the relationship between them during this long trip in an old truck, aboard an old truck.
The movie is about a doll, and she have a love crisis, and it's really a romantic, tragically end movie.
It was a great experience for us. The New York crews are incredibly professional.
I mean, I couldn't have had a better director to work with. We had a wonderful cast to work with, and the crew was all a New York-based crew, and it was maybe a little too easy to produce this film, but all in all, it was ended up being a great experience.
We live here. We didn't shoot it in New York. We shot it in Indiana, which is where I'm originally from. We shot in the house where I grew up, my mom's house. It's an autobiographical film, so that's why we shot there.
So how do you feel now that you were able to bring it to Lincoln Center?
Well, I think this experience still is happening because the public are part of this and how the public reacts, and the experience continue. It's going on. And very, very happy and well.
A great place to make a first feature for us.
Well, I feel great about it. I'm really proud. I'm proud to be part of new directors, new films.
I still can't believe it. I can't believe anybody has seen the movie. So it's completely surreal, to be inside MoMA showing the movie. Not today, but we do on Monday. But it's completely surreal that we could be inside an institution like this showing a movie like mine.
Oh, I feel great. I mean, it's never screened anywhere else before, so this is the first time really anybody except for a handful of my friends will have seen the film. So, and I don't know, it seems like a lot of people come out to this, and it's really nice. It's New York where I live, so I'm happy.
It's amazing. I'm very excited. It's a beautiful film, and I'm just happy that it's out there in the world for people to see and enjoy, and honored just to be part of it. So.
Couldn't be more excited and grateful. This is a really fantastic opportunity for us, and New York is where our film is set, so it's really exciting to have a U.S. premiere right at home.
I'm so proud because of I was shocked when I heard about this. I didn't expect it. It's MoMA and Lincoln Center, really. I was so excited. I was screaming around the room and calling everybody,
Your first time in New York, how do you feel being the movie in Lincoln Center?
For me, it's incredible. Then I just arrived 2 hours ago. Then still for me, I feel a little like a ghost because I don't understand nothing.
Where did you come out with that idea?
Oh, well,
At the beginning, I don't have so clear from where this idea come.
Idea come out and many things I was thinking come together and I did the film.
Later, I discovered that the idea came from a big personal crisis, a crisis with my family, with my work, with my girlfriend, especially with my father. He became sick, and I discovered that my film had to do with fatherhood.
Idea came from, it comes from a lot of, different things going on in my mind, but it actually came very specifically from a story that my mother was telling me about her experiences working as a model for a comic book illustrator. So then I just kind of adapted it to my own background and interests and turned it into something else.
Bueno, hola, soy Pablo, el director de Las Acacias. Un saludo para todos. Y bueno, los espero a ver mi película acá en el Lincoln Center y en el MoMA.
Con mucho amor. Good to see you. Get your ass beat.
Best dressed people in the house. Oh gosh.
So, I had to be here. Pablo Escobar Jr. supports Chris and David.
La vittoria.